Why the hell am I all the way down here? The fu- Anyway.
Tranquility.
Minions have spawned.
I know we paused for a significant period of time, so just gonna fast forward through that. Okay. We do red to speed, which is fine. In this case, and then Nehu's an idiot, so he hit the button. I remember. Anyway. So the start they end up doing, we wanted to see this, is Sada ended up going to these camps and then these camps. He doesn't hit 2 off of this, which is, okay, I don't know if I like that. You put Thoth in mid by himself. Okay, he hits 2 earlier. But now what? He didn't get his dash? We don't have blink. If we had blink there, I'm camo blinking. What the hell happened over here? I remember this. I actually want to see this again. So, Herwin just takes 8 million damage from minions. Uses both of his jumps. You guys hit 2 first. And he dies.
Execute kill command.
Let's switch it up.
And she dies too.
Not scared of a little water, are you?
They're just stupid. Here. In mid we have the engagement before that. I saw this before, but basically Camazotz gets gone on and then we're able to turn it on the Fenrir, which is really, really good. Because if Fenrir gets a kill on Camazotz here early on, that's really bad for us. Playing around this Fenrir's mistakes is kind of what won us this game. And we were very good at capitalizing on it. Because, quite frankly, Sada Jarrigan played this game like an idiot. And so did Herwind. So, we capitalized on this. I don't like that we weren't able to capitalize on the fact that Thoth didn't have a dash until level 3, but I don't think we really could have. Because, again, Camazotz doesn't have Blink, which I think is the right choice. Not having Blink here. Because of Jing Chen and Fenrir. So, I mean, I'm just offering the alternative avenues. What could have happened if you did one thing over another. But in this case, I'm fine with how this goes, because late game we dominate this. Because we have Yu Huang and we have Uller. And these two are in the wrong spots. We have Umoja, Yu Huang. Herwin died again. I don't really need to talk about this. I saw this when I was watching the first time. Herwin's just inted. It's plain and simple. We do lose red here, but we do go on the Robin. We don't get anything, though. And Brave almost dies. I actually want to see what happens here. Alright. So Grave walks in here. Do a full minion wave. We jump in on the Robin. After that happens, you leave. You do not turn around anymore. You just walk away completely. You do not keep fighting here. This is pointless. You have no CDs up for... what? So you come into the lane, you miss the 2, and then you know to disengage. You have no CDs for 10, pretty much. Now you only have 5, but you're still autoing him here, but Shiva can't do anything because he has no mana. And I'm pretty sure he was calling this at the time, that he has no mana. So you just have to completely disengage, because Robin can fight into the both of you right now. He is insufferably tanky right now because of Warding Sigil. And Shiva has no mana, making this fight impossible for you two. So just walk away next time. Don't take all that poke. Get the blue buff down. Or... because in this case, all you need to do is secure the blue. And when Shiva gets the mana regen, you might be able to look for an invade. Because Fenrir took a very long time to get over here. But then again, Robin was fine. He didn't need to rush over. We end up losing red for that, and we don't gain any pressure on the right side. We equalize it a little bit, but again, Shiva had no mana. I think that's in part due to the start he did, which we already discussed it wasn't very good. Definitely needs Bluestone, Sovereignty, Glad Shield, the kind of Arthur-esque build, where Arthur can compensate for the lack of damage he has because of how many abilities he has. Shiva really cannot, because his abilities are what, in the early game, you need to be able to poke and pressure. In the late game, you're a CC bot. This build became effective late game, but that's only when it became effective. This entire game, he was down and kind of getting rocked. I like this freeze here. A very smart decision. He can't be punished for stepping up here, though, because we have Camazotz in mid. But the freeze is one thing. You took so much damage there. Oh my god. Alright. I like the pressure we're putting here. Xingqian's only level 4. Everybody else is 5, but Fenrir and Thoth like have very telegraphed ultimates. A little bit of pressure here. Red is up. We have a problem with leaving red up for too long. Here, it's fine because we're getting mids. But we do have a problem with leaving red up too long, just because we're either waiting for other people to get XP, whatever it may be. Hydrogen is now running away. Because he's a puppy. No, because he would have died. But we do leave red up. I've noticed this is a pattern in a lot of scrims that we've done, or in the 2 scrims that I've watched, is that we leave red up for a very long time. And it's inadvertently putting us behind. Not majorly, but they are getting, theoretically, they're getting another camp's worth of XP that we are not getting, because we're taking a minute longer to drop ours. They're getting it quicker than we are. This invade is relatively pointless from Jing. He never outsecures, but he's really just looking to poke here. If we didn't miss the axe, I actually don't think we kill because we don't have enough mana on Uller here. And Uller needs to back for trans, right? Yeah, he needs to back for trans. So there's no reason to engage on him there. I mean, obviously you got him to back off, but you can't really turn that kill around, so it was good disengage. I want to see when this lead really spirals out of control. No dash here. Oh god, he took no damage. Because Robin becomes the big issue this game that you guys have to deal with. Eventually, you could just ignore him because he doesn't do enough damage anymore and you're all full build, which you do end up doing. But early on, he is a huge problem. So right here, he's running at Shiva. Shiva lost his last blue, I presume. I didn't necessarily see it. I'm not really going to rewind and check. Mids are coming up, and we're pinging those out. That's good. All right. Robin, I want to see how far ahead he is currently. Robin is a full level up right now, pretty much. More like half a level.
You're so
This is huge. Thoth is alone here, right? Uller's fine. Charybdis can't follow this up. Unless we're looking for... I'm gonna go back to that. Hang on. Okay, this little stupid engagement goes on. And we walk this way. Both people walk around. We see 2 people walk around, but we don't see Thoth leave. Go on Thoth here. Like... Hang on. I'm gonna go back again.
You're so right. Nothing so passe.
So, we notice 2 people go up. We see Fenrir go up this way. We see Xingqian jump. We hear him jump. Why not Yemoja portal the Thoth, or Yemoja portal yourself towards him, box him in, he dies, guaranteed. Granted, we're more concerned with they're going to Pringles, we need to help Pringles. But you look at this here, right? You see how low Charybdis is. And Pringles is saying he's getting out. I'm not entirely sure how fast he can get out, but oh my god, Sada passed horribly. They don't think they can go for a kill anymore. Grave sees the Thoth by himself. We have Yu Huang sitting here, he's just been kind of sitting here because we were waiting to see where we knew if they were waiting around the corner or anything. But you can walk a little bit closer to your Yamoja here, unless you're, like, clearing the ward or something. You're just kind of observing. I feel like you could walk a little bit closer to her. I understand the want to kind of stay away, you know? But if you're further up there, you could follow up on the Thoth, the damage that Grave puts in on Thoth, or you could set up for Grave to get onto the Thoth here. Because realistically, once we didn't know that Sada Dragon was going to be a massive pussy and not go in. He also took we didn't know he was going to take terrible pathing. We just didn't know that. We didn't... I hate to say this, we didn't know he was going to be bad at the video game, but he was in this case. And so Thoth doesn't get punished. Why is this not switching? Okay, whatever. Anyway, we're looking for purple here. Fenrir jumps on Uller. He's looking to just force him away. And we almost kill Charybdis here. I do have a question though. Why do we hold Kamazot's ult? I guess we don't, Rye's not gonna be there, and I guess we wouldn't have had it for here, but you also had beads. Walking away from this, you actually kill the Jing Chen here. There's no way he actually kills himself like that. Oh my god, Heroin, please. Please. Yeah. But if we're going for that invade on purple, I understand that we like to have, like, our mid laner farming a lot. But you see Jing Chen over here. We're walking. Jing Chen roars at him. Right, and then we just go back to mid. We don't know where Thoth is at this point. So we have to assume that he's somewhere over here, which he's late, but he's somewhere over here. Right? Charybdis backed. If we're going for that invade, why are you in mid here? That's what's confusing me. I know we like to focus on funneling farm through our mid laner, especially when we have Yu Huang, which I think is fine. The play ended up working out regardless. But I feel like you being there provides an extra assurance to if an engagement breaks out, because Charybdis has to leave, right? So then you're taking a 3v4. And this lane is kind of spiraling out of control over here, because that's now a full level between the two of them. But realistically, we kind of just let Robin do whatever he wanted. And I think the build Shiva went really did not help. But we're winning everywhere else, so I think it's fine. And we end up being able to mitigate the Robin ends up running the game during the mid game, which is the issue I see. The biggest issue with this game is, I think our timing on our red buff being offset was a little bit of an issue, but Robin became the issue in this game for a decent amount of time, like during the mid game. Eventually you were able to ignore him because it got so late in the game, and he didn't do enough damage. But I feel like a better team would be able to turn that around onto you and make it a loss instead of a W. I actually want to see if there's engage over here, because I want to look at this also. But they're just out here. That was a good turnaround kill. This is just dead. Big, though. No beads from either people. That's very good. We didn't need beads that. I'm going to go back and check to see what happened with Shiva. So Shiva's clearing here. Robin turns around onto him. He's going to get the root here, I assume. Get a bunch of auto damage off. And then we go to contest blue. Okay. So we go to contest blue here, and Robin turns on us immediately. After seeing how much damage that 3 did, you just need to leave. I'm gonna look at this again because I want to see what way this could have been. You could have played this better. So Robin goes to invade, right? The obvious answer to this is you want to contest this because he's super far ahead and you don't want him to get an even further lead. You want to contest this. Nobody on your team is coming over. So in this 1v1 situation, Robin's gonna immediately go on you because he's full health and you're not. You ult immediately. He still bops you right here. You get the healing. You get the knock up, you dash away. Okay, I think dashing into this corner kills you. Because then you have one of two options, both of which he can cover safely.
Oh man.
Maybe if you dash like right over where... Maybe if you dash like right over here, you can safely get the knock up in the distance. I don't know what your CDs are here. Let's see from your POV.
I'm on fire.
So we know Robin's gonna go on us here. Good knock up. We dash that way and he guarantees the hit on us pretty much.
Pass out.
Okay.
Right here.
I think our best option there is to make the space and try to knock him up and then just keep running this way, make it to the wave and try to heal off of that. See where we can go from there. Delay our death as long as possible. Because we can keep him in the tower and we can kind of, you know, make him take more damage. And potentially turn it. That's the only other option you really have there. Because you kind of backed yourself into a corner when you got to the blue buff. But now Robin gets it and he got a kill. So that just went very, very poorly. Okay, we invade the purple again, which is big.
Aren't you hot?
Let's switch it up.
Is there a particular reason you only
Not
put it to
scared
rank
of a little
4?
water, are you?
Unless it's just a bug. No, it's not. He only has it at rank 4. I mean, I guess you want the more healing and the shielding. Not sure. I'll have to ask you about that.
Nothing so passe.
I mean, I really don't mind it. Your extra damage doesn't matter, realistically. But, we'll see. But now this deficit is gigantic. It's a 2-level deficit right now. That there is literally nothing you could do. The only feasible thing you can do is try to mitigate it by taking the back camps, but you're also then taking away from Graves Farm, who is, I believe, dead even, pretty much. Pretty much dead even. Like 10 gold and like 10 XP separating them. Like per minute.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. I like this from Pringles here, just making sure he's constantly applying his pressure. He knows that in mid, there's nobody coming over to him. He knows that for a fact. So he's constantly applying his pressure to this this carry who cannot really deal with it very well. Hydrogen has been forced out multiple times this game. I want to see how much of a lead that translated for you. Not very much of it. But that also is, you are ahead because you're getting purple invades. How much, That's just, we kind of didn't have that warded, realistically. I don't have anything other to say to that. We didn't have that warded, and we lost it. But you have... You really don't have that much of a lead. I mean, it's going to grow from this, so... But I think it's being mitigated by the fact that she's taking greens and stuff like that, and Yu Huang is taking your greens and you're not. Which I think is fine. The spreading out of farm is fine. We have a Blink from Xing Chen, which does one thing. We just leave here in mid. Beads.
Chill.
Huge push. Nehu hit a wall. But this is where it becomes really evident that Robin is just huge. He comes to the tower, kills him, right? And now Robin's doing whatever he wants. Because everybody's already low. Sada gets killed because he's an idiot and was tanking tower. But... like right here, Shiva can do absolutely nothing to stop any of these people. Like, if Robin was there, he might be able to, but Robin being there prevents him from doing so much. And now we lose speed. But Pringles does a typical Uller moment. Unfortunately, he does not get the kill.
Wow, people are attacking me with labels left and right.
With labels left and right, dude. But I think this is where much of her recovering from her deficit comes from, is the green buffs. Again, I think it's fine that it's Yu Huang getting most of yours, because he is a late game character. Like, his early game's pretty decent, his mid game's okay, but his late game... what the fu... huh?
You're so wrong.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Chill.
Age that turns those off?
Stop being so passe.
We're positioning around gold here. Looking for... poke on the Charybdis. I think we could throw a bit more of the Emojis stuff at her, try to get her into more danger in this situation, because she just took the purple debuff, which is making her take more damage. Yu Hong's getting gone on here. That was a really good Aegis. The boys are coming here. We just kind of have to delay. I think he lives here. Never mind, he does not. He definitely does not, because Robin's there. But we have to reset this here. Shiva right now is rotating over to gold, but I don't know, or rotating over to mid. I don't know what that does for us, though. Because Shiva's so far behind that I don't see them contesting this, because Robin's just not going to let them. Maybe we let Shiva farm, but they do end up resetting it. Because we can kill everybody but Robin. Pretty much right now. Yeah, Shiva rotating over here I don't think does anything for us. I think we secede the Gold Fury and let Shiva farm a little bit. Because when he rotates over, I want to see. So blue buff is up. He picks that up. And now we're rotating over to a fight where we lost our mid laner and he is our, like... currently, him and Uller are what is needed to even remotely threaten Robin. Why not stay in right lane and get this farm and try to get maybe this tower to mitigate your losses? Because right now, there's no way you steal this. Unless they make a huge mistake. I think you accept your losses here instead of compounding them, what you end up doing. Granted, I'm a more farm-centric solo laner. But I think this rotation does absolutely nothing for you. I don't even think you get any relics from them. No, you don't. Yeah, no, this rotation doesn't do anything for you. You should just stay over in right lane, farm, and push. You don't know when these camps are coming up, to be fair, and they were down when you went by, but farm, push the wave, get at least some tower damage, try to maybe get the tower and mitigate the loss. Because you're 3 levels down right now. And Shiva from behind is not too hot. Granted, everybody's behind now. Except for mid lane, because reasons. I don't know if it's in comms we were tilted or anything. I didn't hear tilt in the comms, or just mentally we weren't doing great at this point in the game, but I can't get over this fucking dragon, man. But we do need to be being smart with our... at certain points, we need to be smart with our losses and say, hey, we can't really contest this. We just have to give it up, let them have that win. We can mitigate it by maybe getting solo side tower, getting our soul inner closer to theirs in farm. Right? We lost our mid laner at the start of that. If Ryan's there, I think that's a different story. But yeah. Here... I'm glad that we're playing on the other side of the map with this, but again, it's losing more, how do I say this? Losing more eloquently than we are currently is kind of, I think, what we need to work on. In last night's scrim, we weren't really under threat of being behind in the first game. We kind of watched them. The second game, that's a different story. I don't know if you guys are not used to losing early on. I don't know, really. This is just overall a good pick here. We catch their carries alone. We put them in a box. We don't even put them in a box. We just catch them out. Grave dies here, but that's really not that big of a deal. Because Yu-Huang can turn this around on Charybdis, because Robin is not there. All that you need to be doing here, I think, Malachi, is keeping Robin from rotating. We also just leave Ryan here, which is, questionable. I want to see them catching Thoth again. Thoth and Charybdis. Okay. Grave just gets a good cutoff after Pringles does a ton of damage. Right here, we keep this fight going. Alright. Grave did not beat here. Oh, he beats late. He beats super late. Okay. Promise rotates back to help Pringles here, and then this separates the fight. You see how Fenrir immediately loses interest in Uller and comes around because Yu-Huang's alone. I think that's on both of us, both your pathing and then Promise just immediately dropping you and going to Pringles. I think you both need to walk over to Pringles. But Robin wasn't able to make an impact in that fight, which is good. I mean, he comes to steal red, but they three-way split it or two-way split it, right? But in that situation, what I'm thinking is I need to stop Robin from getting over there. If that fight's going well for us, I need to stop Robin from getting over there, even if it means I die. Because Robin is the issue right now. Like, Uller combo did nothing to him, and that explodes everybody else. But it didn't end up mattering. But in, like, future situations, I think it would. Because teleport wasn't up, but if teleport's up there, you need everything in your power to stop him from impacting that fight. I think this is the point where somebody says stop going on Robin. We need to stop doing that. And then this is where the game kind of turns around because we realize ignore Robin, Pringles can kite him forever. Right? And Yu-Huang can keep him off of Pringles. The two carries can peel the Robin themselves because Sada's absolutely worthless because he's full damage Fenrir and just inting. Right? So yeah. I think this is the fight that they realize that after this, because we go to dive Robin under the tower, which is just not a good idea at this point. We are catching up, but we are still down. Oh, Thoth's finally even. Oh, it took him long enough. The deficit in support really doesn't matter that much in this game. It's because supports are supports right now. What the hell was Jing Chen doing? I love the acceptance there, Grave. I appreciate that. So Robin's level 20 here. They're not setting up for fire. We know that because we see Charybdis and left. And we saw Thoth in mid.
You just get sand into my tropical punch? I'm trying to pay for that, and you're blocking my son.
Stop being so passe.
Oh,
Speed got Pug. This point, we're kind of just scrambling around because they're doing some stupid ranked shit.
Chill out.
You hear the Thothult charging, you put yourself up. That's good. Right here, I think, is when we get a decent fight. They're doing Primal right now. We know 2 of them are over there, but we only have 2 over here. I think Pringles calls just to secure this and leave, or Maokai calls to secure this and just walk away. Because they can't stop them here. Oh, he dashed back in. That was not a good idea. And I'm sure you all know that. We catch Thoth out in the back here. We immediately get his Beads Aegis. And we kill him. Grave gets 2 levels off of that. We push Robin. Here, Robin up downs. I believe this is when we turn it around because Fenrir comes in and ints. A Sada Dragon moment right here. And then we turn on Jing Chen. We keep saying, ignore the Robin, until Jing Chen blinks away. And then we collapse on him with all of our damage. Jing Chen comes back in, we immediately turn back to Jing Chen. That is great. Because we're saying, ignore the Robin, go on everybody else. Kill the team around him. Hydrogen is doing typical Hydrogen shit at being useless, a useless ADC main and pushing left. So you guys were able to capitalize on their really stupid positioning and just their overall macro play there was just terrible. This is where that fight I said before when we realized stop trying to kill Robin, that sucks. But Umoja's not gonna die here. We all chase Charybdis. Regardless, but that fight I said before, I don't remember who said it, but whoever did said, stop trying to kill Robin, ignore him, right? I think Pringles said it, or somebody said it, and then Pringles was like, I can just kite him forever, it doesn't matter, right? And Yuhong was like, I can peel for him as well. We just focus, if you're gonna dive, commit to the dive, we'll deal with Robin. Because Sada Dragon dies in 2 hits. Right, and once we adapted to that, this is when the game started turning around and fights started going in our favor. This right here, Robin's the only person in front of us, so we're hitting him. But as soon as other people show up, we turn to them instead. Shiva goes on Thoth. We have the 2 carries with each other, and then Grave is on him as well. But Jing Chen's now isolated by himself. Shiva's stalling super well, and so is Kama. The boys are like, go in on the dive. We have Jing Chen back here, right? Robin's not doing anything important. So now you're in on this. Shiva just stalls here, because that's all he has to do. Robin's diving here. I think you end up killing him here. Because you push him away. This was hilarious. Sada Dragon moment right there. You end up killing the Fenrir. But that fight goes good because you realize, I say good, you lost 3. It was a 3 for 2. But in a game like this where you're super behind, you're kind of counting your wins here. And that is definitely a win in some regard. Because you killed Fenrir and Thoth. The team isn't invincible, and you guys accept that. Like, their team isn't unkillable. It's just the Robin who is insufferably tanky. For some reason, they pull Fire Giant like a bunch of idiots here. But we realize that only the Robin's insufferably tanky, so we don't have to worry about anybody else. The Jing Chen gets exploded at the start of that fight. Right? We have our divers doing the right thing and diving in on Thoth, killing him. Charybdis isn't doing any damage, really. And this is where we kind of turn it around. We could steal this.
Chill.
And Nehu just doesn't shoot it in time. He just fucking didn't shoot it. That's what happened. It wasn't that he like shot a carry. No, he just didn't shoot it in time. Oh my god. And this here, you know they're separated. And I believe we look for Charybdis here over Robin. We do. Because now Sada drops in, and we just kill him instead. We put the wall up, which is really big. Yu Huang lives here, which is ridiculous. Oh my god, dude. And Yu Huang lives here, which is ridiculous. Because they were so split and we capitalized on that. We have a much better macro play than these guys. Or, I don't know if they were just being stupid, if they're just bad, if they were just gloating and they were kind of trolling. I don't know what was happening in their comms, but you guys outplayed the hell out of them in that fight. In every facet of the word. You got Fire Giant. You got out. Nehu decided he was just gonna, like, you know, like the receiver noise that was going on in his brain. And we just have, now we are back into this game. This Fire Giant we don't do much with, I don't think, but I think that's good. It is more of a recovery Fire Giant, I think. I don't remember if this game ends sooner or later, because this was last night, but we get Oni easily. I'm pretty sure we use this Fire Giant to just kind of make up for our deficit, which is, I think, perfectly fine. You don't always have to get something with Fire Giant. This Fire Giant was more about them not getting it, but then they start making mistakes, which we capitalize on. Robin's just hitting you because he can. That hit Uller really hard, and I believe Uller screams like, I just got shot with I just got Thoth ulted, we need to leave, and we all immediately go, okay, and we leave, which is pristine. That's what I want to see, always. Right? The second our carry was like, hey, I just got hit by Thoth ult, I don't want to fight anymore. We're all like, okay, bet, and we turn around immediately. Did he just miss a jump on a Scorpion? Oh my god. Dude, it just gets worse. I get the inting thing. You know what? I get it. But it just gets worse watching this guy. Holy. We catch Robin out here, which is pretty big. We don't end up killing him, I don't think. But we turn it into Charybdis is trying to help him. No, do we kill him here? No. We get the tower, though, and then we walk away because we see Sadas jumping over. They engage. This is one of the stupidest plays they had all game. One gets grabbed here. I don't know if that beads was necessary, but they do a really stupid play here, and I believe Uller chases down Thoth, which is hilarious. No, Uller stalls him and we catch up. And then Shiva's stalling over here. We have Umoja rotating back over. We have another fight going on over here. We're poking out Thoth, getting him away. Charybdis is hitting back camps for some reason. But we catch them out here. Again, I think we realized that this was another damage check for Robin. Can we kill him yet? Like, quickly? No? Okay, bet. We turn on to somebody else. God, that is so annoying. We just give them Pyro here, because who cares? Fire Giant spawning, though, and it's EFG. But we're up here now. Shiva's here first, which I think is fine. And Umoja being in the middle here. This is just the order you're coming back in, but I think Umoja being here in the middle is fine. Camazotz goes back to mid to push it for a little bit. Umoja gets a stun here. Don't waste too much. Oh, she doesn't waste too much Omi. She just gets them off the carries, and that's it. I think that's fine. Camazotz is able to wrap around here because Charybdis is AFKing and left. We get a pick on the Thoth, and then we turn to Robin because they're like, they're not helping him. But then we realize, no, we don't kill him yet. Reset, go to fire. Right? We're saying, wait for the fight here. Robin blinks in, we disengage, we're waiting for somebody else to come in, we turned on the Fenrir. Uller is by himself here, but we then see that right now the 2 tanks are alone. We might be able to kill them both here.
Killing spree.
But then Charybdis shows up, we kill him, Robin jumps over the wall, Grave chases, and so does Uller, and I think we finally end up putting him down here. Yeah, we finally put him down here. We see Fenrir split pushing. They split that fight super hard, and it gave you guys the in because you were able to switch targets very quickly. I don't like that Pringles was chasing the Fenrir, but I think it ended up working out earlier on. Shiva kind of gets owned in the 1v1 here. I don't think he dies, though. Nah, he doesn't. Jing Chen never steals this in a billion years. Especially when he puts himself in an animation that locks him from doing anything. We called to turn on Jing Chen here. And Thoth was there to turn it around. We were arguing about that. We did say that we had both carries at both relics and we were full health, whatever. But we end up taking the safe play. We argue about it for a bit too long. But it's fine. Again, we addressed that after the game and we were like, yeah, we shouldn't have argued that like that. Which is good, and I'm glad we made that adjustment, and that I realistically I didn't have to explain anything. We realized that. But at this point, the game is in our hands completely. It is completely swapped away from them having control for us to now have control. That dragon is so bothersome. It just appears. We see Fenrir right here, and we're like, oh, go to Oni. No, we just push left. We just push left because Fenrir's in right. Fenrir's in right. And then we make the call. At one point, Shiva needs to back for him when he pushes Phoenix. And we're like, oh, Shiva doesn't win the 1v1. Shiva doesn't have to win the 1v1 there. He just has to stall him away and kill Trebuchet. He doesn't have to win the 1v1. And right now, Fenrir is going to take the 1v1. Oh, no, he doesn't, actually. But we disengage and we're going to the towers. I remember saying when I was watching, we just go for the towers here. Which is exactly what we did with this EFG. And I believe we do end up catching somebody out and ending the game off of that. But Shiva's over here, ready to teleport whenever. We have wards in our inventory, though I wish it was a little bit more. I don't know how many we placed already, though. Really wasn't keeping track.
Your team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
Yeah, I think we make a catch right here. We do. And Uller hesitates for a second, which I think is good. Shiva comes in on the left side, and we end up picking Hurry, I think. Yeah, we pick Heroin here. They pop the Sprout. We pop the Sprout, excuse me. And again, we're just... Again, here, I love the fact that we're switching targets. We're saying, fuck the Robin, ignore him. Robin realizes that your entire team is ignoring them. I can't catch up to you guys because Sada's running away from me like a troglodyte, right? I can't catch up to you guys, so now I have to hit Shiva because he's the only person that's here, right? Because both my other diver and the tank is dead. So now I can't do anything because, yeah. Thoth gets away here. I don't know if Charybdis does as well. No, she doesn't. She dies immediately. And we end off of that. So I think the major notes from this game that we need to take away is we need to try to mitigate our losses better. Like I said with the Gold Fury and the solo lane rotation, solo lane was lost. Like, at a certain point, we just had to accept that, and we had to accept the fact that Robin was gigantic, which we did, and we realized that we can just ignore him, right? We ignore him, and we can just win the game. Pringles said I can kite him forever. Rye said that I can peel him off of Pringles. We can do that. Just ignore him. And once we started to realize that just because Robin's in front of us, we don't have to hit him, we turned away, and Shiva and Camo were doing their jobs, diving the backline, putting pressure. Yamoja was in the middle, going back and forth. Granted, it could have been a little cleaner earlier on, especially. We were splitting up a lot. But I think that's just correct. That will be corrected over time in that we need to realize, hey, my teammates are here and I trust them to protect me, or I trust them to turn this around and get a kill even if I die. Or when it comes to mitigating our losses, I think the Gold Fury is a prime example of that. Maokai rotating there adds absolutely nothing because Ryan's already dead. Ryan being already dead there's nothing they can really change about that. He got caught out. Ryan being already dead there kind of eliminates any steal potential you have. Go to the farm, catch up a little bit. Even if it's only 1 or 2 waves, you might get the tower. Just catch up and then use it later. We ended up winning it, so it didn't really matter. But hey. All right.